Be discovered. Be empowered. This is your road to greatness. Odi-Olowo Ojuwoye Talent Hunt Season 1.
It's the Odi-Olowo Ojuwoye Talent Hunt Season 1, and today we are focusing on the business, entrepreneurship, and innovative category. We're going to be meeting our judges shortly. But before that, you need to know that for this category, you're not going to be watching videos that are pleasing to the eye, as we always see. This is more of brain work. So a lot of proposals were sent, entries, a synopsis of businesses, ICT pictures, and of course, we saw that a few people sent videos. But the major focus is on what you sent, your ideas to paper. And that is what the judges will be focusing on today. So guys, you want to sit back, relax, and go through the Odi-Olowo Ojuwoye Talent Hunt Season 1, business, entrepreneurship, and innovative idea. My name is Amina Atairu, your host. When we return, we'll meet our judges. Stay tuned.
Odi-Olowo Ojuwoye Talent Hunt Season 1.
With arts and crafts, culinary and music and dance category all concluded, we enter into day 4 of the Odi-Olowo Ojuwoye Talent Hunt Season 1, where we shall be looking for those disruptive innovations or business ideas in the business, entrepreneurship and innovation category. Unlike the others, the participants uploaded their proposals, and based on these proposals, the judges shall determine the 10 that will be moving to the next level. So let's find out who the judges are. Engineer Musabao Okbayemi Aminu is the CEO, Inclusive Engineering Limited, a member of Nigerian Council of Engineers, as well as a member of the Council for the Regulation of Engineers and the Lagos Chamber of Commerce and Industry.
Business is diverse, and you've got to look at it from a multifaceted point of view. You will consider the idea behind a business. The idea is very germane because to a large extent it tells you how far a business can go, and we have living example of things like that.
Professor Ephraim Unwinye is a professor of medical engineering with the College of Medicine, University of Lagos.
I'm looking forward, looking through this project, the proposals. I'm looking forward to seeing the applicants understand or being able to say in precise words what their business ideas are.
Ojikuti Ahmed Adeniyi is the president of Computers and Allied Products Dealers Association of Nigeria and an IT consultant.
What I look out for basically is what is the impact. So this event, this talent hunt is basically what is the impact of an idea that a candidate is pitching. So anybody that I'm expecting, to impress me is someone that is saying, for instance, that he has or she has an idea that can actually solve a problem.
Odi-Olowo Ojuwoye Talent Hunt Season 1.
Enjoy Maltina in vanilla and pineapple. Maltina,
Share happiness.
You fit to do anything with the number. Everything is in no long thing with 444. No, they scatter your brain with plenty numbers. I beg you, ja, daddy number 444. Ọ̀rẹ́ mi máa lọ fọ́, ó jẹ́ sáré lọ 444. Mo ní má fọ́, má lọ gọ̀. Control code in your hand. 444, four meta is a metaphor. You can recharge for a time, Joe. You can subscribe for the time, Joe. Anywhere you dey, whatever you do, you can use the number. Oh, yo,
Airtel, the smartphone network.
Odi-Olowo Ojuwoye Talent Hunt, Season 1. Having successfully downloaded the proposals uploaded by the contestants, the hard copies are set before the judges, and it's now time to review them one after the other.
Unlike the previous version of the machine, our new machine can now produce an average of 75 PET per batch, a 27.12% increase from the former, thus enabling us to achieve high work outputs. How did we make this work? We introduced a sand jacket that preheats the sand and enables a proper mixing process. The heating element was further developed, enveloping the entire machine to make production faster and more effective.
So I was talking about it. I was saying when you compare durability of the plastic-made bricks and the sand and cement-made bricks or the other one, durability-wise, is this better? Moreover, is this not an existing business when we are hunting for talents?
Yeah, those are good questions. And in engineering, when you look at it, we can say that we suspect that this will be durable than the usual cement, sand, or bricks. But again, you cannot say that with emphasis. What we will do in this situation is to take the two samples and subject them to test.
I want to believe that this is a talent hunt event. And this event is basically about discovering talents that are to be hashed. Now, with what we've seen, it looks as if that is already a hashed, project already that has not just local, it's almost having an international exposure. So we're talking about the locals developing from the local government. So if a business or an existing business that is registered, as we've seen, the CAC, and that is already up and flying with equipment, with, you saw the locally fabricated equipment they had, you saw the advancement. So that business already is moving from a micro to like a small established business, So I think...
Sorry, but my question would be, is this brick manufacturing around Odi-Olowo Ojuwoye? If it is, then they probably will be looking for funds to enhance their business. So they are still falling within the category we are considering.
It's basically, that might be subjected to our screening process.
Yeah, I think that having looked at it, it's good enough for us to decide individually what we think about the project, by apportioning the right kind of scores, so that we can move just to the next person. If we request a proposal of 3 pages, 300 words, and somebody is putting this up, I think that is very inadequate. It's very inadequate. And we have a lot of them, quite unfortunately. Some of them even just wrote their names and gave us nothing. Unfortunately, 3 or 4 of these will not just be scored because they have not communicated an idea, and they can't move beyond this stage. You have some that are so very serious.
Yeah, I think basically, I think there is a challenge of proper communication of what the business idea is.
It's all about some of them, right?
Yeah, because like this candidate that I have, actually is talking about branding, and he's talking about education. He wants to educate people in the community. He's talking about having the branding idea. So, but for instance, if he has chosen one of the ideas, he will probably have hit the nail.
One to develop.
Exactly.
Yeah, I've got someone.
I think I went through it as well.
Yeah. Oh, right. Yeah, but I got someone again who just mentioned what he want to do. He's not sure of how he's going to do it. So I think they really don't even have an idea of how to put up a business proposal.
Yeah.
And I think it's maybe a little Google on internet would have actually helped them to develop it. Maybe that would be the next thing. So, but in all, it has been a very hectic work.
Very, very good experience indeed.
Yeah.
Because of course we've been able to see through some people's thinking, which of course is very good.
Odi-Olowo Ojuwoye Talent Hunt, Season 1.
You fit to do anything with the number. Everything is in no long thing with 444. No, they scatter your brain with plenty numbers. I beg you, daddy number 444. Ọ̀rẹ́ mi máa lọ fọ́, ó jẹ́ sáré lọ 444. Mo ní máa fọ́, máa lọ gọ̀. Control code in your hand. 444, four meta is a metaphor. You can recharge for a time, Joe. You can subscribe for the time, Joe. Anywhere you dey, whatever you do, you can use the number. Oh, yo, oh, yo, 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 yo.
Airtel, the smartphone network. Odi-Olowo Ojuwoye Talent Hunt, Season 1.
Hello, judges.
Hello.
How has this session been? I mean, looking at the business, entrepreneurship, and innovation documents, how has that process really been? We have Aminu, Professor Ephraim, and of course, Ojikutu.
Thank you.
So I'll start with my engineer. Engineer Aminu.
Yeah, it's been an interesting thing. You know, it's taken us through the thinking of the young ones. It's a mixed experience.
Okay.
We've had some that really do not understand what is expected of them. Take for instance some of these sheets, they give us just the name, the addresses, and nothing more.
Who does that?
For somebody who's supposed to give us 3 sheets, this is what they are giving.
Oh wow.
And we only have just 1 paper, and at the same time we have some that have written, you know, something quite good, more than what we demand of them.
Oh wow.
But again, they've been able to communicate very wonderfully.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
For Professor.
Yeah, it's a wonderful experience for us, and I'm sure for the contestants. We have those who could articulate their point clearly, quite a lot of them, and then we have a minority who don't even understand what it means to put down a business proposal, nor an innovative idea. So we've gone through it. It's been a Herculean task, but we've been able to go through, and we hope that those who we go through, those who we get to the next stage, they will find the experience interesting.
I mean, going through documents can be very tasking and I would say boring at the same time, especially when you don't see what meets yours. So for Ojikutu, what would you say?
Basically, this is our call, entrepreneurship and innovation, and it's really good that we're having this. And basically, there are very brilliant people.
Did you see anything that was destructive in
Yeah, there are. You know, because ideas rule the world.
Yes.
Some say brilliance they don't. But however, we've seen fantastic ideas. We've seen, you know, when you say people should compress ideas into 2 pages, you can see people come up with graphs, an analytical, you know, way of getting things done. So that is to say that we have very smart and talented people, you know, in Odi-Olowo, Ojuwoye, and in Lagos in general.
Yes, it's the Odi-Olowo Ojuwoye Talent Hunt Season 1, and today's category is centered on disruption. I always call that word disruptive ideas, as our judges earlier mentioned, business, entrepreneurship, and innovation. So, we're going to be finding out who our top 10 would be, those 10 that would scale into the semi-final, where you have to come in face-to-face, yes, with these judges in the house. If only you knew what's going to be on before we got to this. I've been crazy looking at the criteria and everything. I felt like I was coming for it. But anyways, it's the Odi-Olowo Ojuwoye Talent Hunt Season 1 category on business, entrepreneurship, and innovation. My name is Amina Atairu, your host. We'll take a break, and when we come back, we'll finish it. Please stay tuned.
Odi-Olowo Ojuwoye Talent Hunt, Season 1.
It's the Odi-Olowo Ojuwoye Talent Hunt Season 1. And of course, we're still on the category of business, entrepreneurship, and innovation. And in this room, we have judges from the business world. I call them the business Mongol. We have engineers, professors, and people from the ICT world. We have Ojikutu, Engineer Aminu, and Professor Ifer. Now, I mean, looking at all this document, we have quite a number of entries here. And I know it's not a day job to actually go through the entire document, but you're able to at least do justice to all the numbers, all the entries that we had for this category. Starting with Ojikutu, what are the criteria you actually looked out for here?
Basically, to me, I'm looking at Israel Kittner's theory about entrepreneurship. I rely so much on that, which is learning. I believe that with experience, when you learn, you can actually rely on those things that you've learned to further improve on what you have learned by creating your own disruptive innovation.
Any documents here met your expectations?
Oh yes, we have a lot of them that have met the expectation. We have a lot of them that are having prospect. We have some of them that fall short. Nevertheless, what we have here is very promising. You know, like you asked, what are those things that you actually need in this? We look at the idea. What are you bringing to the table? You know, take for instance, if you look at Tesla today, it was an idea of yesterday. And when it began, because people saw future in it, a lot of people invested in it. And they kept on investing. While it was making loss, they looked at that idea and they kept on investing. At the point in time, it broke even. From there on, it kept on going. That's the power of idea. Today, it has propelled the richest man in the world. It has propelled him. It was an idea, a fantastic one. We saw that in here, and we equally look at the market analysis of these people.
Okay.
Of course, you are writing a business plan. Who are you looking at as your customers? Where are they? Do they actually need your service or your product?
Yeah.
You need to be sure. Otherwise, if you put your product in the marketplace, you are not going to see the patronage.
True.
And once you don't see patronage, that's the end of the business.
Good analysis there by engineer Aminu. And of course, lastly, on our strong panel here, someone that I say, you always seem to me like someone who likes to back everything with laws, documents, patency, things like that, copyright. Just and we have Professor Ephraim here. Prof,
Yeah.
anyone met your expectation?
Yeah, there are quite a few that actually met my expectation. No, not all of them. You know, innovation is not just it's not a copy. It's not just come up. It must be something original and at the same time something disruptive.
True.
So what I'm backing in mind is those who are able to set up businesses that are really disruptive, and that I'm looking at the impact on the society. You know, you see when the computer came up, it threw away the right typewriters. Yeah, you know, we had the satellite television. You see, the internet television is taking it off. You know, we have table phones now. Mobile phone has taken off. So you have to be disruptive enough to be innovative. But that's not just the only way you can be innovative. You can be innovative in little things. So in our community, I've looked at how would these businesses impact Odi-Olowo Ojuwoye community.
Exactly.
That is really what I concentrated my judgment on.
Okay.
And then what does the person experience, as Professor has said, and how this idea, how are you going to scale them up? How is it going to, in that impact level, how is it going to be scaled up in such a way that it can create employment for the environment? Because this is the essence of discovery and empowerment,
True.
which the local government is preaching. So I've looked at that, and then when you're able to scale such businesses up, you should be able to make it profitable. Even in a short while, it's possible. Then if we look at, there's a video we watched and we saw how they moved from old way of making the bricks to a very high level of making the bricks. So these are the things we look at. We look at how to. And then all the variables we considered, I looked at how was this contestant able to put them into a structure, into an organization. It's not just wanting to have a business idea. Another thing is to articulate it to create a business structure. So these are some of the things I considered in judging some of these contestants. And I feel that quite a few, not so many, scaled through.
Beautiful. So from everything that you've looked at across board, we will be able to get at least 10 people that would scale into the next
Yeah,
round.
you are sure you're going to have more than 10. But we'll
more
have the large number here is quite here. You're going to have like more than 10, but we'll put it down to 10.
Thank you very
much.
much.
This is only 10 that is going for the next round.
Yes, so we have to pick like the
we'll
best
sure,
10 of
the
all of them.
best 10 will be picked.
Thank
but
you.
quite of them are striking.
Wow, interesting. Thank you so much for doing justice to this. If I can just take the score sheets, if you have them already. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Of course, thank you. Yes, we've listened to all the analysis in this room today that has to do strictly with business, entrepreneurship, and innovation. And from this room, we have 3 judges who come from a different business world, from the ICT to the business and also to the engineering part of Nigeria and of course Lagos, trickling down to Lagos. Thank you very much, judges, for this wonderful session. I know that your brains will be very tired right now, but it's okay.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us. Thank you.
Thank you
It's
too.
always a pleasure to add value to.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Yeah.
And yes, there you have it. It's the Odi-Olowo Ojuwoye Talent Hunt Season 1. And this is the business, entrepreneurship, and innovative category. Who would scale over to the semi-finals? Do we have a 10? Well, we're going to be finding that out next week. Right now, thank you very much for doing this with us. My name is Amina Ataru, your host. For more information, like we always say, follow us across all our social media platforms, and you can always call the number there on your screen. I'll say congratulations to all contestants who have scaled into the next round. That will be unveiled next week. Bye-bye for now.